Good evening, everyone. It is 5:31 p.m. I just want to speak on mental health and the importance of knowing yourselves and understanding truly what mental health is. I've been diagnosed with many things. Only reason why I was diagnosed is because I'm different. Only reason why I was diagnosed because I paint pictures with words, and sometimes, a lot of times, it's gruesome, but it's the truth. I don't sugarcoat my words, and my words mean many things. And especially professionals in the mental health field, like psychiatrists and therapists and doctors. Anybody who worked and works for the mental health system knows how it's about control. It's about prescribing medicine. That is their techniques. Their tactics is just to prescribe pills and injections. It's not really to understand and see really what's going on. And really sit down and theoretically place themselves in their position. It's a lot of times that they rather have guinea pigs than true patients, and residents. They rather experiment than experience, you know, um, and understand. And it's not right. But I always try to, when I'm around people with mental health, I always be an example and let them know things that psychiatrists and therapists in the mental health system needs to let them know. I'm willing to be a therapist to people and be therapeutic because they're confused and they need to understand. They need to understand, be aware of things that cause them confusion, especially being sedated and doped up. You have brain fog. You have a lot of confusion to where you cannot catch on. Your mind is like clouded. It ain't clouded by judgment. It's clouded by everything that's being ingested, everything that's being put in your body, and you're being induced, to. So I make sure that I take mental health especially seriously. It's mental health could be emotionally, it could be spiritual emotion, mental health. But and when I say spiritual mental health, I speak on schizoaffective and schizophrenic. People see things that they say is out of the ordinary, but it's very ordinary. There's nothing not ordinary about it. Some people are dealing with, like I said, with spiritual warfare, and they are so doped up that they cannot control their actions and really control, be in full control, or they lost control, and I see it as a lot of people's bodies are shutting down due to medication, not only mental health meds, but also due to like physical medicine. It causes many ailments, and when you mix a lot of medicines that contribute to physical, mental, emotional. If you mix that together, that's a recipe for disaster because you're not gonna truly understand like what's really going on with you. A lot of people just ignore it and push it under the rug because they know like people don't want to listen to their problems. People don't want to listen to the things that they say they're having issues with. With their minds and with their physical parts. So I always try to make sure that I speak on mental health. As a child, I always wanted to be a therapist, be a psychiatrist, because I was a guinea pig. I was one of their biggest guinea pigs, and I caught on to it. I was talking to someone earlier this morning and was letting her know like I didn't really start having these issues till I was 14 and I was put on medicine. I didn't know what suicide and homicide was. I never felt like hurting myself or hurting other people until I got a taste of a bunch of pills, psych meds. And then it went from there. It only went down from there, but it got to a point where I made sure it went up. You know, I made sure I was taking in and taking heed and understanding the true nature of mental health, the true nature of what can happen when you go into an institution. I was in rehab. So, because I was a runaway, and that was the only place that they could keep me to where I would not run. It was locked down. So I've experienced a lot, but people need to realize these institutions, they're first thing they're gonna do is ask you about your mental health. Like they going first thing they're gonna do is push pills on you. You know, they think that you're acting out. You know, and the best thing for that is medication. You know, I've been in the adult system, mental health, and if I'm too calm, they want to prescribe me something. If I'm too quiet, they want to prescribe me. If I'm happy, they want to prescribe me something. So you know, you can never be too good. You can never don't be too happy. Don't smile too much. That's what they basically was saying. You know, and it's like don't be too quiet because we don't know what you're thinking. You know, you could be minding your business. They want to prescribe you something. You know, so it's always someone trying to push an agenda. You know, I call hold to that like I'm okay. Dag, I'm just smiling and talking. You know, I'm quiet because I'm just minding my own business. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with a little peace? What's wrong with a little quiet? You know, it's like they don't like that. You know, they see peace as a way to as a way of you doing something wrong or you plotting and planning. You know, they don't see peace as something that just comes naturally or something that you rather have. You know, can't prescribe peace. At least the physicians. Only God can prescribe peace. Only God has the authorization to give peace. You know, and I try to make sure I understand. Like, I know I'm not a victim. I'm not about to play victim, but I make sure that I take in everything, and I make sure that as time goes on, even in whatever institution I'm in, you know, even being homeless, it's the first time I've been homeless. You know, I adapt. So even on the streets, I've met a lot of mental health people. You know, and I make sure I talk to them and let them be aware of things. You know, I always, no matter where I go, I pay it forward. Pay it forward should not be a rare occurrence or event. It should be every day. So I make sure I pay it forward in my words and actions. You know, it's a lot of people dealing with different things out here. And I make sure that I have an opportunity to, you know, speak to people and see how they doing. And if they want to talk about anything, if there's anything on their mind, you know, if they need advice, if they need somebody to listen, if they need love, here go one of my hearts. You know, it's like there's nothing wrong with it. Like my heart is pure. I want to see smiles. I want to see them know love and understand like you deserve love. Don't feel like you're not deserving because you are. You know, if anybody said they love you, I love you. You know, I'm going to continue to root for you and be in your corner. You know, I was telling somebody earlier, I want to be a spokesperson. Like, I want to be president, you know, because I know and I understand and I have, I may not have the credentials, but I have the qualifications. You know, I don't need no degrees. You know, I have experience, you know, years of experience, you know, not only the system is big, you know, the system is big and round and bold. And I've had experience with, as a child being in the system, being adopted, being abandoned. You know, it's just, I have experience with a lot of, not only, you know, with the system, but emotionals. You know, with control, you know, adapting and being able to manage, you know, being able to do the right thing, being able to be in control of my mind. No matter how hard you push pills towards me, you know, I know me and I know what's to come. You get what I'm saying? I know why things are the way they are, you know. And I'm not going to stop expressing myself and speaking the way I speak, you know, because a lot of doctors love to diagnose me based on my conversations. You know, it's like, wow, It's so many side effects out here that goes along with things, and people got to be aware and be careful because a lot of things comes with self-harm, you know, and hurting other people. It comes with harm. And, you have to be able to express that. And a lot of doctors don't like that. A lot of people don't like you expressing yourselves and truly expressing how you truly feel. A lot of people don't like that because they know you understand. They know you have the capacity to see through their errors and their ways. So they rather cloud your judgment and cloud your brain, give you brain fogs and, you're like you're going through a mist. It's like prison when there's a mist. They have to do a full count. They have to make sure everybody is there. And that's what it is. They want to make sure all those pills are constantly, in my body so that my brain could remain fogged and confusion could be what I am, and that's what I could be consuming, confusion. But I feel I don't need medicine. God is my medication. Peace, love, and light is the medicine that we all need. The only side effect it is good. That's the only side effect is goodness, joy, love, character. It is the side effects is not to harm, but to bring life, and give life, and abundantly. There's nothing wrong with having abundance. There's nothing wrong with having full abundance and blessings. So, yeah, I told someone I was going to speak on mental health today. So, because I know it's very important. And I'm surrounded by mental health every day. I work with mental health. So, yeah, I want to be spokesperson for the ones that can't speak for themselves. I don't mind speaking for other people because I'm going to speak for the right things. Like, yes, change. Yes, we all need it. It's so many rules, laws, and regulations when it comes to different parts of institutions in the system that you don't need all them rules and regulations and laws. You don't, because a lot of people don't follow them. Like the staff don't follow it. It depends on who's there that's gonna follow it. It depends on who's gonna push the agenda. It always depends on who's power hungry, who's on the power strike, who really cares and who doesn't care whether you follow the rules or not. They just there to do they half job and that's it. A lot of people just say, "Oh, we just here to keep you safe." That's it. We you could make your own decisions and your choices. So the rules don't apply to everyone. Especially workers and people that's running the place. No, everybody is not on the same spectrum. A lot of people don't want to help; they just want to hinder and harm. And it's not right. If the tables was turned, how would they feel? They could be in the same position. Like you could wake up and just all of a sudden be, gone in your mind. That's for anybody. What makes them truly exempt? It's like you go sleep one day and don't wake up. It could really happen, and people need to understand that. So, just because you're not mentally unstable now, don't mean that you won't be mentally unstable in the future. And just because you can hide it real good, and keep it on low profile or on the low doesn't mean that somebody else can't see through it and see you how you truly feel. And I'm always I'm always watching, so I know like. Your words don't have to mean nothing to me, but I always watch and pay attention. It's like it just I can feel it's in the air. The energies is all in the air. So I know when someone is not having a good day. I don't care how much you try to smile and laugh. Like I can see the genuine is not there. So just be aware. Try to understand that we all are going through some things right now. Like I said, mental health is a big thing. It fits many categories, but we need to understand that we all need help out here. We all are dealing with something that is that's blocking truly what we are destined to do and see and achieve. It's all about control. It's all about keeping up with the times, making sure you keep up with yourselves, watch and try to understand yourselves more, like I said. And I had these problems till I started taking medicine at 14. So I know when it started and where it first started. I can remember the dates. Yeah. So I know like it wasn't me. I know that it truly wasn't me. It was the things that they were prescribed. It was the experimentations that I was being succumbed to. I put my trust in the doctor. They said they wanted to help me. So, okay, I'm going to let you help me, but that's what came about. The help they claimed was a bunch of diagnosis, and I've had to learn to, not silence myself or dilute my words, but to really let them know, I know what you're trying to do. I see through their bullshit, that's what it is. If you want to test this medicine on me, you need to take this medicine also so that you can see and understand, since you don't want to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. So I need you to experience the same thing I'm experiencing. We could compare results, side effects after the fact, but it seems like a lot of people need to go through the program and the steps themselves, especially when it comes to your mental state and your mind, and whether your freedom will be in jeopardy, because the mental is very important. That's control. I mean, do you want to be an institution to be controlled, or do you want to be out and have freedom? It's always about being determined to be in control and to have the ability to see and understand yourself. And that's what it's about, understanding yourself and really caring about yourselves and the nature of yourself. So like I said, just be aware. Awareness is it's time to be aware. It's time to stop acting like you don't want to know and you don't know, and just try to know, try to understand. You don't have to be perfect in knowing, but man, you know when you want to know. So try to use that same energy. When you're going in different directions, try to be able to place yourselves in that situation there, bro, and try to understand, because a lot of people ignore and try to, okay, I'm gonna worry about myself. But thing is, like, you're part of this world, so you could be in that situation. So why not learn from it? Why not try to understand it? So when you maybe are in that situation, you will have more of control, more of understanding, more patience, more of a tolerance. You won't spaz and get angry quick. You will know when to lash and when to not, but try to understand. There's nothing wrong with understanding, and there's nothing wrong with trying to be willing to understand. It's all about trying. That's all it takes, is just try. It can't hurt. I mean, everybody up in other people's business anyway, trying to figure out who somebody's sleeping with and cheating on. What's wrong with trying to be, and that causes mental fatigue. That causes being so caught up in other people's business and lifestyles and stuff, cause things too that can affect your mental state. Because a lot of people are greedy, a lot of people are selfish, a lot of people are envious, jealous, rageful. So it's all about control with that. So they can learn something. There's nothing wrong with everyone learning something. You are never too old to learn. Learning is a part of growth, and there's nothing wrong with it. So just grow and be aware. Thank you.